Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far, and yesterday was a phenomenal day at the CDL. Stage 1 Major continues on later on this afternoon with the 3 elimination matchups once again down in the losers bracket. Some of the biggest names down there as well. Many great matches to discuss in this video, but also plenty of drama and spice on the timeline yesterday. Los Angeles Thieves versus Ultra was pretty crazy, but also this whole Clayster Wallhacks situation, and also after FaZe's series win against LAG, there were some question marks about a supposedly gentleman's agreemented hardpoint contest spot. They do not think it should be G8. Intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below on this stuff. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that. And also thank you for 48,000 subscribers. I think we hit 47k like a week ago or something mental. So yeah, we're well on the way to 50k, then to 100k. Who really knows beyond that? But yeah, that's certainly a goal. I'd love to hit it in a couple of years time or something. I'm sure it might be possible to get a YouTube silver plaque. And well, if you guys would like to help me on the road, you know how to do it. So Los Angeles Thieves Ultra, we didn't talk about that in yesterday's video, but well, Temp goes massive game number 1 here on Crossroads Hardpoint. Impressive victory for them. They move up 2-0 in the series as well. Pretty impressive stuff. And then we find ourselves on a game 3 checkmate control. And well, this one was a classic LA Thieves stuff. This is pretty crazy actually from TJ, the Lion Man points out right here. Some sort of controller issue clearly. And so pretty intriguing, right? Because I think ILLey even says in reply, this happened to me on Garrison today, where I started shooting at someone and my gun just completely moved off to the right. This is definitely a controller issue. I've kind of seen this on. I've had this a couple of times happen to me, but it's strange it's happening to some of the pros, right? Given you'd imagine they have the best hardware, and twice in the same day, maybe it's actually an in-game thing more than necessarily a controller thing. Who really knows? Haven't seen too much of this outside of that. But then we get this crazy checkmate control, right? Where it goes all the way to the round 5, and as Simp says, what an absolute throw out of Toronto. I didn't even believe it was possible to throw a control match this hard, but they managed to do so. This is the first real crazy control clutch we've seen this season. We've seen definitely some intense control rounds, but this was certainly right up there. And as Kevin Skills points out, this was a 7 versus 2. This really does remind me of the 7 versus, or it was the 2 versus 9 FaZe versus 100 Thieves in the losers bracket of the World Championship 2019 in Black Ops 4, when LA Thieves or 100 Thieves at the time back against the wall, 2 versus 9 effectively in a control round. They win that one and bring it back. They were actually down 2-0 at that point. They bring that one back, they win that map, and then they go on to win the rest of the series. That's probably the best reverse sweep odyssey of all time. But this, once again, somehow, man, Slasher in the losers bracket is just a force to be reckoned with. Him and Temp absolutely go off right here at the end to somehow clutch up this final round of the controller. It's pretty remarkable. I mean, this level of choke from the Ultra is something which is honestly quite impressive to see. I didn't think it was possible to choke this, but they managed to make it work. Slasher and Temp right here. I mean, look how close Clinix is to getting the points, but the guys go down. And then also right at the end, Cammy comes into the hill, gets this kill on Temp right here, and then Slasher contests with milliseconds left and takes him down, and that's enough to win the round given the time runs out. So haven't really seen a control round like this. I mean, another full collapse. Like the amount of full collapses we've been seeing lately, just off the charts, but it's only entertaining to watch. You never know what's going to happen. And LA Thieves get the reverse sweep to stay alive in the tourney. And certainly this is a team you don't really want to be facing in the losers bracket, right? Traditionally, Thieves, these type of players, when they're in losers, they are a force to be reckoned with. And this was an impressive victory from them. And well, LA Thieves end up getting the job done here against Toronto in that round 5. These are the stats on the day. Cellium with a 1.3, Arcitys with a 1.27. Interestingly, no Dallas players even on here, despite them winning that series, right? Definitely shows that teamwork is very important on that squad, as it certainly was that series. Thought I'd mention this as well. You guys, I'm sure, noticed this in this final round of Mutineers versus New York Subliners. Clayster somehow like shooting through the wall right here. I was kind of confused when I saw it. He just banging straight through the wall. This does actually help him get the kill, I think, because he was absolute, and then therefore Clayster was able to take him down. And kind of crazy stuff that he was able to do this. Supposedly Clayster did come out to explain it. I was like, what's going on? Did he somehow see him through the wall? Was he like glitching through the wall? But Clay comes out to explain that you can actually see the red name tags through that wall and get aim assist on it, by the way. So pretty crazy stuff. Haven't really seen anyone use that before, but I guess if you aim down sights at it and you try and see what happens, then it can help you win a round. And this is like a vintage Clayster type thing where he knows the game better than the other players and he uses it to his advantage right here. So Subliners continue on. They're going to be playing up against Los Angeles Guerrillas. The winner of that will play the winner of OpTic versus LA Thieves, and then the winner of those two matches will play each other to determine who's going to face the loser of Dallas versus Atlanta in the winners finals we are going to have tomorrow. This also, given we were talking about the Subliners, on my way to Dallas. Thanks United for flying me first class. So Hydra is getting out to Texas to join the rest of the Subliners guys. And well, if you look closely, you can probably see Huke running on the flank underneath the wing right here. Let's talk about this drama then. So Los Angeles Guerrillas yesterday versus Atlanta FaZe. This was a screenshot that was tweeted out after the map. Now, I think why FaZe got somewhat frustrated about this, and I can certainly understand it, is that these last few days, FaZe have been they've been on the receiving end of a lot of backlash, right? And a lot of drama with the whole Cellium snaking thing. And his teammates have come out to defend him him, which of course is perfectly fair enough. They go into this series, they win it in a very comfortable 3-0, and immediately after the series concludes, there's some accusations coming on the timeline that they're breaking GAs and stuff like this. So this was the screenshot which came out on the timeline. Arcitys right here in this, well, kind of contest spots here on checkmate hardpoint. Now, to my understanding, this spot might actually not be GA'd, but it does look a little bit questionable, and I think maybe the Los Angeles Guerrillas analyst Doug Lee that we'll look at in a second thought this was actually a GA'd spot. There was also a spot on the other side over here, I believe actually it might be just to the left of Assault, but you can lay down like outside of the hardpoint and actually capture it from there. Given that the clipping has been a bit strange on this hill so far this season, I think it got fixed once, then it got reverted, so it's a little bit confusing what's allowed and what is allowed, but well, this screenshot came out after the fact, right? So Doug Lee says the following: FaZe just completely destroyed us for sure. They, you know, better team by 500%, so there's no way they would have lost the series if this particular thing didn't happen, but still calling it out, right? Using this checkmate or contest spot barrel on checkmate is just plain bad sportsmanship. Don't care if it's GA'd or not, don't care if we lose by 100 or win, you shouldn't do it, it's bad sportsmanship, it's not good for the game, says well, the analyst over at Los Angeles Guerrillas. By all accounts, doing a pretty stand-up job, right, given how good LAG have been so far, with the opportunity if they beat New York Sibilants to get to top 4, if they beat OpTic or Thieves they can get to top 3, who really knows? I doubt it's going to happen, but still would be a crazy storyline. But Arcitys of course doesn't exactly agree. Sorry, I should have just sat in the middle of the hill, should I? Like, you know, not use this contest spot, just sit here and get ready to die when we're playing right side of the map and have full control. Get that side of the map and kill me. He can play steps heady and kill me. Stop taking short routes, says Arcitys. And then Simp says as well, first I'm hearing about this GA, I didn't even know it was gone. And then he says, nah, it's not GA'd, you're good. So he talks about it being bad sportsmanship, but yeah, didn't say it was against the rules, just bad sportsmanship. So it's not a GA'd, but still bad sportsmanship. I don't really know. Bit confusing. Good answer out of Doug. I think a lot of people are confused exactly what he's trying to get at right here. And then aBeZy comes out. This guy cannot be serious with the clown face. I mean, I'm sure it's very frustrating for the FaZe guys getting clowns on the timeline these last several days, to all of a sudden they win a series comfortably, and yeah, still they're kind of getting trashed on the timeline, right? So certainly a bit of drama right here. And as Vivid says, of course, on the LAG, more so frustration from us when we scrimmed Dallas, they freaked out on us for it, right? So this is some interesting stuff that LAG was supposedly using it in their scrims. Dallas weren't happy about them using it, and now FaZe use it against them, and then all of a sudden it all kicks off, right? This is the thing about GAs and broken contest spots like this, and maybe you could argue it's not broken. That's just part of the game, baby, because I mean that hill is so hard to hold anyway. Kind of makes sense that maybe there's a contest spot like that you can use to your advantage, right? And as aBeZy says, haven't heard a single thing about that spot before. We're somehow not all on the same page. Had peeps leaving the scrim when we were there, lol. So yeah, maybe the Dallas guys were particularly frustrated with them using it. I'm tired of hearing straight BS after every match we play, says aBeZy, right? So I can certainly understand the frustration. This I thought was also pretty funny, right? Given that Minnesota Rokkr didn't have the best time. Los Angeles Thieves, obviously they lost to LAG, but they now are making that losers bracket run come true. And of course you've got Slasher, you've got Accuracy, two of the biggest names in kind of the GA group chat, the gentleman's agreement stuff. Who knows if something will come out over the coming days regarding the GAs and how they can try and improve the game to, well, be better for these guys. Who really knows? The XM4's been a big discussion. I certainly do think that on a map like Checkmate Control, for example, you're seeing like 7, 8 XM4s on the map at one time. It's like, okay, do I really want to be seeing this? If it was gone, it'd probably be Krigs and 74Us. Might be more fun to watch. I don't really know. It's a tough thing to say. But regardless, let's go on to look at the bracket for today. So only 6 teams remain at the present time. These matches later today are only going to be losers bracket games. So the winners final, that being Empire versus FaZe, will be on Sunday. Then soon after that on the Sunday will be the elimination final. And then soon after that, of course, will be the major grand final. It's not yet been announced if there's an advantage for the team in the winners bracket. Last year at the World Championship, there was a 1-map advantage in the best of 9 in the final tournament. So if Empire was to win this match and FaZe were to make their way back through the losers bracket, which is exactly what happened at the World Championship last year in a very similar looking bracket to this, then Empire had a 1-0 advantage in the best of 9. They started up 1 map. I think they just started on a hard point still, but still, if you win game 2 as FaZe, you're now tied 1-1 in the series. Now that may have been somewhat easier to follow than back in the day when we used to have 2 best of 5s, where the team from losers had to win 2 best of 5s to actually win the entire tournament. The team from winners did not. But as it stands right now, it's not actually been announced whether there's any advantage to coming from winners. So I don't know, if that's the case, that would be really strange to me. Like, surely if you're in winners, you haven't lost a series, therefore you should have some advantage in that final series at least. But if you're a team like OpTic Chicago and you've just lost a crazy game 5 round 11, if you make this losers run and make it all the way to here, even if there is a 1-0 deficit, there's a great chance you still win that series, right, with a little bit of clutch factor. So definitely anything can still happen in this tournament. The fact that all these guys have dropped down to losers does not mean they're out of the count by any means. A couple of great performances today and they could be right back in with a chance of winning this major. And it'd be crazy to see a losers bracket run, right? So this is what the bracket looks like at the present time. We've got Guerrillas versus New York today. today, we've got Chicago versus Thieves again today. Last time these two teams played was at the Kickoff Classic. Chicago OpTic certainly got the better of them there. And well, Thieves looking for revenge in the losers bracket. They are definitely a scary team to face than a Dallas FaZe we will be seeing tomorrow. So these are the matches. Guerrillas Subliners, OpTic Thieves at 4:30 Eastern. And then the winner of both these matches will play each other to determine out of these four teams who gets top 3 at the tournament. In addition, of course, to Dallas and FaZe still sitting in the winners bracket. Intrigued to hear your thoughts on these matches down below. I think the Subliners, OpTic, and probably OpTic again should be favourites to me. But well, this is also a funny clip from Parasite and Center to finish out the video. Intrigued to hear your thoughts on the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube because I know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well. And I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.
Up like flies, Slasher and Temp. The last two players up. Slasher finds the pick, and it's Temp from the other side who also is able to find one. 4 seconds left. They got to get on the point. They got to get there in time. Slasher and Temp gonna play this one correctly. No response for the other end. Temp is able to find a big one. Can anybody get to the hill? Cammy has to get there, and he does. Cammy with 0.8 on the clock, and Slasher is there to seal the deal. Back and forth, back and forth.
I love those London colors, bro. That shit looks so nice.
Yeah, I'm not teaming with you, Doug. Wait, Doug, 1v3. If you win this, I'll team with you.
Alright, bet. I got this one. I got this.
I can't believe this. I'm done, bro.
Let's go!